Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're actually going to be talking about a game that just came across my YouTube feed, and as soon as I watched it, I was super excited about it. The game is called Trinity 64. So first thing, I'm like, when I see the word 64, I'm thinking of Nintendo 64, and when I watched the trailer, it definitely gives me like old school Nintendo 64 vibes. And I really wanted to show you guys a little bit of snippet of this devlog. I'll have the whole devlog down in the description down below, so if you guys want to watch the whole thing. Some of it does get a little bit technical, so I don't want to show that part of the actual video. I kind of want to show you guys, because this is the first time I've showed this game on the channel. I want to get you guys kind of more of the meat and potatoes of it, but let's actually dive into this. So the title of the video is Creating Collectible Creatures for My Monster Taming Game, Trinity 64 Devlog. So if you guys are interested, I will have the video down in the description down below. So if you guys want to subscribe to the solo dev, and the best part is they also have a Steam page. I'll also have that down below. So if you guys want to wishlist the game and give some support to the dev, by the way, wishlisting the game is, free, doesn't cost you anything. And it's an easy way to give the dev some support. So let's actually dive into this. So forgot the thumbs up there. Okay, let's dive into
Hello and welcome
this.
to another monthly devlog for Trinity 64, an action-adventure monster tamer inspired by Ocarina of Time and Elden Ring. This month was all about the collectible creatures.
It's a pretty cool concept. I'm not gonna lie. We don't have too many games that have like Zelda and like Dark Souls type kind of vibes to it. So I want to show you guys how well I think this is going to go, at least the formula that I'm seeing so far. I'm still impressed that only a solo dev's making this, so it's pretty cool.
Creatures and companions of Trinity 64. But it was also a month of new game dev discoveries that have taught me very massive lessons, and I'll talk about those at the end. And if after watching this video, Trinity 64 looks interesting to you, consider wishlisting it on Steam, as it just passed the 1,000 mark, which is honestly
That's a big milestone. Congratulations, man.
insane to me, so thank you to anyone who has. So you may or may not have seen the 3 elemental sprites that I revealed not too long ago. They're meant to pay homage to starter Pokemon, as Pokemon is obviously a big influence to this game. But even though they are
I do like them. They're kind of like elemental slimes, or if you guys are familiar with other games like Ova Magica, like with blobs. I like the designs.
inspired by Pokemon, they honestly have very little in common with them at all. See, in Trinity, Guardians don't evolve, they don't have types, and they're honestly not much.
Pretty cool. It's kind of an interesting combo there. Like, you expect a monster taming game, to have evolutions and types and stuff. It's kind of definitely, this is what's caught my attention, which is why I'm kind of showing it to you guys, because I want you guys to see, not everything has to follow the the traditional route of to being a good game.
To friends either. So before showing off the elemental sprites and attacks so far, let me break down Guardians and explain how they're different to Pokemon. First, they don't have evolutions, but Guardians are categorized under ranks, and there are 3 ranks. Rank 1 Guardians are smaller.
Interesting. They ended up going with this ranking system instead of evolution. Okay. I kind of want to hear more about this.
And weaker, but use their numbers as their advantage, as you're allowed to have up to 3 fighting with you. Rank 2 Guardians are a little more powerful, but have to fight alone, or alongside.
This reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. As soon as I think of it, I'll say it. For some reason, I've seen this style of mechanic somewhere. I just can't think of it.
A rank 1 Guardian. This allows them to gain benefits from some possible synergies. And rank 3 Guardians are powerful and
Yo, that's sick looking. Even though it kind of has like a Zacian vibe to it, but still, I think this looks way better than Zacian from Pokemon. I like this.
opposing, but they must fight alone. Now, ideally, the way that these creatures would be balanced.
Interesting. Fight alone. Okay, so they're like based off of like, oh, it's kind of like Dragon Quest with the monster sizes. Okay.
Is that 3 rank 1 sprites should be able to have a 50% chance against a rank 2 and 1 or a rank 3 of the same level. This system is pretty similar to something like Echo's
Oh, okay. I've never personally played this this version of Zelda. If any of you guys have played it, let me know down below if this definitely has a similar vibe to it, because I never played this version of Zelda.
From Echoes of Wisdom, except you aren't able to spam them since if one dies, you'll have to revive it. This system also allows for every guardian to be a viable choice, unlike in Pokemon, because why would you ever choose to use the Torchic when you could evolve it into Blaziken? The main drawback,
I mean, you got level 1 Rattata being bomb, you know, kick-ass. There's definitely strategy to it, to some of the Pokemon.
to not having evolutions is
But,
simply the
I mean,
fact
he
that
does make a
evolutions
valid
are usually
point.
really cool. They make the time spent with your creature feel impactful as they transform the more you put into them. And while I will lose that, it allows me to have some more variety of the creatures as a trade-off. Another thing is that Guardians won't have types, and there are 3 reasons. I will simply have less Guardians than Pokemon. Since I'm solo and Guardians are functionally a lot more unique, that means I'll produce less of them, and that makes typings feel like a blockade to work around.
I'm not gonna lie, that camera motion, that definitely was giving me hopefully the dev is watching. That definitely was giving me some motion. So that was way too quick of motion there. Just I know there's a lot of people that are sensitive to motion, and including myself, so I don't know what it was with that motion. That definitely kind of gave me a little bit of wooziness there.
Rather than something fun to design around.
But the combat
2.
looks
All
really
Guardians
fun.
have unique kits and playstyles, and that is what defines their strengths and weaknesses. It's a lot like champions in League of Legends.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's maybe where I was kind of getting the League of Champ. Okay.
Some
Gotcha.
champions have a advantage based on the itemization and matchup because of their kits or playstyle. And as I'll explain in a bit, Guardians are designed in very much the same way. So throwing in any sort of type advantage or disadvantage could make things a lot more difficult to balance. And 3, it will allow me to not follow the trope of having elemental categorization, which means I can design however I want to fit the setting and themes I'm going for. Another reason they'll feel different than Pokemon is the fact that I don't plan on designing them like Pokemon. And if you want more of a breakdown of why, you can check out this video on my art channel. And that explains the design philosophy for the Guardians that I'll be releasing alongside this video. Don't worry, this will be the only time I split up the devlogs like this, as this month I specifically dedicated a lot of time to the art of this project. And I feel like I have a lot to say about the art direction specifically, and I felt like it warranted its own separate video. Since I said the Guardians are similar to champions from League of Legends, I'll explain how, and break down some of their stats and what they're going to be capable of doing. For combat, Guardians have 4 things that define their kits. A passive, something that is always active or enables the rest of their abilities, and usually defines their kit. A basic attack, very similar to a basic attack from League. It's the Guardian's consistent source.
This is a really well devlog, so I definitely appreciate. I wish more devs would actually go into this much detail in the devlog.
Of damage, but it's usually very low because of that. Melee Guardians will usually have a short range AoE one, and the range ones will have a projectile one. Basic attacks will be able to be blocked, parried, or deflected, but those interactions have yet to be implemented fully. They do, however, generate the Guardian's resource in Essence. Essence is how the Guardians use their other attacks, and it's generated every time an instance of damage is dealt. Then they have a special attack. This is the equivalent to the abilities of League champions, except they will have just 1 instead of 3. This ensures that I don't make anything overly complex to keep the scope in check, but also forces me to be creative. Special attacks are a lot more powerful than basic attacks and usually have other effects or properties as well. They can really be anything. Once a Guardian reaches 100 Essence, it will use its special attack. Also, every 100 Essence, it will gain an ultimate charge, which leads us to the last attack and the most powerful, the ultimate attack. After gaining 3 ultimate charges, the Guardian will use its ult attack. This attack is usually very powerful, provides heavy.
That would suck if you missed. You got it all charged up and you missed.
Utility or heavily supports the rest of the kit. It's an ultimate attack because it is usually too powerful to be activated in very quick succession. Similar to League of Legends, this is usually something you have to play around or anticipate. Combining all of these, you get the basic structure of a Guardian's blueprint. And I mean literally. Philip here is the parent of all the
Okay guys, I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna at least end the trailer here. He gets a little bit more technical. I figured you guys, if you guys are interested in watching the more technical side of the actual devlog, you can head down to the description down below and watch the trailer or the rest of the devlog there. But what I'm going to do is we're actually going to head over to the Steam page and see what they got over here. So Trinity 64, a Souls-like Monster Tamer inspired by 90s retro adventure games. Fight and form bonds with powerful creatures, explore a ruined world, and uncover secrets with dungeons and the bosses that lurk in them. So let's add our monster taming tag there. I've already wishlisted the game. So about this game: order, chaos, and harmony. A Souls-like Monster Tamer where you journey through a world as a guide, a human that is able to form powerful bonds with spiritual creatures called guardians. On this journey, you will travel through a post-apocalyptic landscape to uncover the sacred power of the Trinity. Creature collecting, monster taming, Souls-like mechanics, intertwining worlds with secrets and lore. Okay. Looks like that's all we got here, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Once I get some more information on this game, I will be making another video in the future. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this. This definitely looks like a really cool up and coming game that's being developed right now. Just realized it is being developed by a solo dev, so we don't really have an exact timeline, as you guys can see, just to be announced. It could be sometime next year, or it could be another 2 or 3 years from now. Hard to say, but so far what I've seen is pretty impressive from a solo dev, and I really like the direction of the game. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.